Hi, Brian. How are you today?
Hey, Dave. I'm doing great. I'm a happy dude.
We have a listener that wrote an email for a safety first topic. Says, I'm a less than active jumper, and I'm wondering about currency and safety. At what point should a jumper decide that they're not spending enough time in the air to remain a safe and proficient jumper? I have a C license, but can only make a few jumps a year right now, and for the foreseeable future. Should I just throw in the towel and sell my gear, or is it reasonable to continue in this manner, assuming a conservative and honest approach to the sport with respect to skill and ability? Obviously, I don't want to give it up, or I wouldn't even pose the question. It's just something that I'm wrestling with right now. So what do you think about that? How much currency do we need to be at a reasonable level of safety?
Well, I think that people can be the what we used to call Mr. Once in a While. You know, I came from a small club where if you didn't show up every single weekend, they would call you Mr. Once in a While. And it's true that taking on complicated skydives, difficult skydives, high-speed parachutes, that requires currency. But it doesn't mean that people have to quit their sport just because they can only make a few jumps a year. Just be smart about it. You know, don't go up on your first jump back and do a 30-way. Don't go and do a Birdman jump. Don't do a high-performance canopy flight and do a, radical hook turn. Keep it simple. Pull higher, slow it down. Maybe do a 2-way with somebody that's really good. I actually would prefer, if somebody's not current, to stay away from solos, even though maybe sometimes the requirements, if they're a static line progression jumper, you got to do your solo. I'd rather have them with somebody that can kind of keep an eye on them and give them that reassuring smile and keep them cool, keep them happy, and maybe warn them when the spot isn't good, that sort of thing. You don't know what you're losing when you don't jump for a while, so it's best to stay with company, good company, just not too much company. 10 ways are not a really good idea. Reasonably large parachutes that are forgiving. That's the main thing. But don't quit the sport, for God's sakes. I mean, come on, this is the greatest thing ever. Sometimes people have, all kinds of valid reasons why they can't skydive. I think that if you can only make one jump a year, just do it carefully. Make your one jump a year.
Would it be reasonable to say maybe you should do a little a coaching work with an instructor or something, and at what level
Sure.
is that maybe not even necessarily? I mean, he says he's got a C license. What is that nowadays? That's at least 200 jumps. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I mean, for somebody that's really not current, it's kind of a loophole that allows them to not do a first jump course all over again. However, I still think that it's a good idea to continue your process. You got to recognize that most of skydiving is not skydiving. Most of it is visualization. And so even though you're not in the air, it doesn't mean you have to stop thinking about it. Once a skydiver, always a skydiver. So watch videos on YouTube, maybe not the crash and burn ones. Watch positive visualization stuff that aids your clarity. And maybe put on a rig if you have one, and touch your handles, practice packing, practice pulling. As silly as it sounds, and of course, if somebody sees you walking around your house with a rig on, they're going to laugh at you, but I do it. I just got this crazy new cockamamie Birdman suit from Tony, and I haven't jumped a Birdman suit in a while, so I've been wearing it around the house. I got Laura doing the same thing. This is part of skydiving.
I think this should be on your YouTube channel.
I think so too. But part of skydiving is these kind of silly, embarrassing we're putting on our gear when we're not at the drop zone. It's even people that have gotten hurt. I still think it's a really good idea to put your gear on and feel like a skydiver. Close the gap between where you are and where you want to be.
All right. Well, let's see. Is there anything else you want to talk about on that, or do we get that one hit?
Well, I think the main thing is that you listen to your gut. If you don't feel right about your currency jump, get more training. Sit down in the first jump class or get with an AFF instructor, even if you have a lot of jumps. If you don't feel right, don't jump until you do feel right. There you go.
All right.
Right.
Sounds good, Brian. We're going to check out your YouTube channel. Hopefully by the time this Safety First is out, you'll have that video of you and Laura walking around the house in your wingsuit.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I play guitar in the wingsuit. It's like it's training. It's all part of the training.
The YouTube channel, we're going to search for BS Germain. That's not for bullshit. That's for Brian Stewart, right?
That's right. You got it.
That's kind of an unfortunate username, isn't it?
It was a choice. I thought it would be funny at the time. Now I didn't realize I would have so many people watching it.
YouTube.com, and it's BS Germain. All kinds of good stuff there. Brian, we'll talk to you on the next episode.
Yes, indeed. All right. Thanks so much for having me. Safety is no accident. Woo!
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 Somebody told me once I can't get a grip on my life, 'cause it's got me surrounded. The walls built up so high, so strong, so wide, that I can't get around it. And there's a silver chain hooked to the back of my brain, and I can't break through it. But if I had a chance to push the face of my problems away, well, I guess I blew it. But now I can't see a light in the darkness, can't hear a song in the silence, can't find a smile in the sadness, can't see an end to the madness, can't shake the feeling of dying, can't break the cycle of crying, can't generate strength from my conviction, can't separate fact from contradiction. There's hard days when you're alone, and hard nights trying to fight this feeling. My head spins, my heart pounds, my palms get wet, my existence is reeling. And there's demons in the dreams, and they stifle all the screams of my everyday nightmare. If there's a place on this earth that promises instant rebirth, well, I wish I could go there. But now I can't see a light in the darkness, can't hear a song in the silence, can't find a smile in the sadness, I can't see an end to the madness, can't shake the feeling of dying, can't break the cycle of crying, can't generate strength from my conviction, can't separate fact from contradiction. There's people out there who all feel the same way. You can see the look in their eye. Get out of bed and go to work, try to have a productive day, but don't ask why. If Hannah Arendt said human existence is coexistence, well, then why am I one? One man going through life alone, playing his fingers to bone. Pretty soon my will be done. But now I can't see a light in the darkness, can't hear a song in the silence, can't find a smile in the sadness, I can't see an end to the madness, can't shake the feeling of dying, can't break the cycle of crying, can't generate strength from my conviction, can't separate fact from contradiction. Somebody save me. Somebody help me. Somebody take me down from here. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. Somebody save me. Please, won't somebody help me? Somebody whisper in my ear, I'm taking you home. I'm taking you home. So welcome home.